First win on the board in the league, but safe to say probably it's a bit harder work at the end. I mean, 2-0 up, 10 men. And you just had to see out that period at the end when they got one back.
We did. From you look on your face, I'm happier than you are at the moment.
Well, to be fair, we could see pictures of you at the final whistle when you're just in the mouth of the tunnel. You didn't look a happy man, so I'm assuming that.
No, I was really happy with the performance today. I'm really happy. I thought we created tons of chances against a good team as well. I thought we controlled the game, had some really good movements, scored early, and should have scored more. I'd probably want Sarge to go through and make it 3-0 rather than the sending off, because I felt the sending off probably changed the game a little bit then, because we then ended up under hardly any pressure and just playing keep ball to see a game out rather than trying to kill the game. And that's the only difference that I would have made with the players. I mean, they've scored something out of nothing. I mean, we've got a 3v2 and the lads ran 60 yards, and you should never get into our penalty box, let alone score a goal. But even after that, I still thought we kept the ball well, created other opportunities, and could have made it 3 or 4. Didn't, and they had a free kick at the end, and Grant gets a block. So I was happy with the performance, and really pleased to get the first win.
I know you said very similar in terms of the Wigan and the whole game, blistering start, but the difference tonight, that clinical edge, you got the 2 goals and away you went.
Yeah, that's really important as well. The start was no different to the last couple of games. The only difference is we've turned our superiority into goals. And I've said before, that's the currency. I thought the work rate was really good, and I said to the players at half time, I felt the last 10 minutes of the first half we just stepped off it a little bit, and there was a little bit too much sideways and backwards passing, and the message at half time was to go and kill the game. And I think we had a shot after 13 seconds of the second half. The keepers just pushed wide. So the intent was there, and at the end of the day we got the win, which is the most important thing.
2 parts, obviously no Timu tonight. Is that related to the bruise foot you talked about yesterday?
Yeah, he had an X-ray which was clear, so we're thankful of that. But his foot was still too puffy today to get a boot on, so I expect him to be fit for Friday though.
Okay, that's good news. And then obviously Sarge gets his chance, and it shows what he's all about. In the air, real threat, and as you said as well, I mean, his all-round game tonight.
I thought it was really good, his all-round game. He makes intelligent runs. We could find him to feet in the penalty box really well, especially on our right-hand side. I don't think we attacked too much down our left-hand side in the first half. Maybe Kenny was just feeling his way into the left-back position. But yeah, a lot of attacks, and he became a focal point for us where we could play off him, and scored a really good goal, but made really good runs, and was good at starting our presses as well.
I mean, you said last week as well, within the group, everybody knows his importance and his value, and the goals will come. But maybe what we forget is, Pookie's been the main man down the middle. He doesn't often get a go right down the middle as a central striker, but he showed what he's all about in that.
No, that's right. I mean, he's come as a centre forward, but played most of his time on the side, and he understands why, because of Timu Pukki and what he's done here, and the player he is. He was our top goal scorer last season in the Premier League, and I have no doubt he'll bang a load of goals in again this season. So he's had to bide his time, but an opportunity came up and presented itself, and he took it today.
Obviously an assist for Sinani, and then he gets his goal as well. You give him the start tonight. We know what you think of him. You think he's a player who can have an influence this season, but to put him in there and then he grabs his chance, that's what you want, isn't it?
It is. I think we've got some really good, intelligent, forward-thinking players now, and we're going to need that, because if we play on the front foot like we have done in the last three or four games, then we're going to have teams camped in an awful lot, and we're going to have to find a way to unlock the door. So we need them intelligent players, and he's certainly one of them.
You touched on it there, Kenny. What was your thoughts there? You decided he was the man who was going to play on the left-hand side of the defence, and then how do you think he acquitted himself?
I thought he acquitted himself really well. He understands the game. He makes the game simple, whether he's in midfield or at left back. And I just felt I could do that, because I think I've said before how much I think of Liam Gibbs, and I think he's been pushing very close to getting a start, and I thought he was good again tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about Gibbs. I mean, that's his first championship start again, 19-year-old, but he doesn't look phased. He looks like he can handle it.
No, he can, and his numbers for running are incredible. He's a very, very fit boy. technically gifted and understands the game. So yeah, really pleased with how he's progressing.
Final one from me. Left back with Friday in mind, Sam Byron. Does he look like he's on course to come into consideration?
He's trained with us last couple of days. We'll see how he's over the next couple as well.
Was that a good enough left back performance for you to continue with it on Friday, did you feel, in terms of that setup?
Well, we'll look how the lads recover first and have a look how the lads train tomorrow who haven't played tonight, and you know Sam obviously comes into the picture if he puts himself forward.
Josh's performance, is that the sort of thing that's going to keep him in the team?
Yeah,
regardless of whether the team is fit or not?
Yeah, I mean, if you go in and put performances, then you'll be knocking on my door if you don't get picked, but that's the good decisions that I have to make.
Brilliant. Cheers, Dave.
Cheers.
That first goal, I think you've spoken before about wanting to improve on counter-attack. It's a counter-attack and crossing the header. Is that the sort of thing that you want to see your team improve on since you've come in?
Yeah, because we're going to have a lot of the ball in this league, we know that when teams are imbalanced, when they're attacking, that's probably going to be some of our best chances to go and score and create goals. So they've got less people behind the ball and we can go and break quickly, and we've got players who can do that, and it was a super ball and super header.
What did you make of Kieran Dowell's performance there?
I thought he was really good, really intelligent footballer. He can see he makes some really unselfish runs as well, which opens up for Max to play into the centre forward at times, but yeah, he's a really intelligent footballer, certainly at this level, and he's doing well. Brilliant.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Cheers.
See you later.